welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about all of the ongoing builds that I have going. I talked about in a previous video where for me to actually be able to put something out, I got to be really fully satisfied with it, and that takes a lot of energy out of me. So I kind of want to just highlight, show off what it is that I'm currently working on, just so you can see, and just so I can kind of share it in the raw state that they're in. They're not all finished, obviously, but yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing today. So let's go check those out. First model up is this Japanese inspired scene. You can obviously see right here, you have a samurai training with an onlooking female. I've been working on this for about the past month or so now, on and off. The whole build started off by designing this torii gate here, and it initially was brown, but I had someone recommend changing it to red as it would better fit the composition, and I fully agree. So I've ordered the necessary pieces to translate it directly into red. I'm pretty satisfied with how it's looking so far, but there are definitely some changes I want to make to the section that I currently have. The trees would be a main one. I really don't feel like the trees have been done justice yet. Something feels like they're lacking to me, so that I gotta figure out. I might rework the bridge here too, I'm not entirely sure. I don't really like how straight these headlight bricks are. I think it would look better if it was a bit more curved, so I might play around with that. I still haven't really entirely decided whether or not that's something I'm going to do. But the plan for the rest of this build is to have it be double the size that it currently is. If I move it back, there'll be another section like this right here. And the plan for that is to include this statue right here. I'm also thinking of including this small little statue there as well to compose the image nicely. I think there'll probably be another tree coming slightly out of frame right here, hanging more so over the bridge, and then another one probably right here, and possibly a third one back here. Because it won't have the gate like on this side, it's going to need something else height-wise in that section, so I think a third tree probably would do well. Next up, we have this contemporary modern house. Initially, I had actually built this around a year ago, and I think at the time I didn't have the skills required to be able to flesh out my idea fully, so I ended up scrapping it. But I was just going through my camera roll and I saw it, and I thought, you know, I might as well bring it back to life. The initial idea of the base has certainly changed, but honestly, I think this captures what I saw in my head a bit better. Technique-wise, it's fairly simple. A lot of the techniques are brick built. Nothing really too complex going on outside of the garage door here. It uses half plate offsets in the 2x4 tiles here and here, and along the clear glass panel right there. I'm honestly a big fan of how the studs look on this down here. Normally when I'll build something, I'll try to incorporate a mix of tile and studs, but because there's not a single stud showing on the entire house, I think it juxtaposes well, showing all the studs on the terrain to give it that Lego feel, because it is a Lego model and I still want it to have that Lego feel ultimately. If I spin it around, the interior obviously still not done, so that's where this is a work in progress. I'm thinking of just keeping with the minimalist design and just going with some small interior bits such as like a couch, some chairs. I'll definitely include some art on the walls in here, but I really do want to keep it pretty simple because it is a contemporary modern house. This one I actually started probably around 6 months ago. It was built in a weekend, but then it ended up sitting on my shelf as I kind of lost interest in it, but I knew I didn't want to scrap it. So it ultimately has just been sitting there waiting for the time to be finished. As you can see, it's clearly just a facade. I didn't have the pieces required to be able to build the whole structure, and I'm okay with that. A lot of times I do just build for the photograph at the end. For a final scene, this is along the lines of what it is I actually pictured. I really like the techniques used on these trees. I'm planning on doing a video on trees at some point, maybe a short, but just to further go in depth into those because I love building trees. Essentially, they'll just be a freeform base wrapping around the entire side, sort of similar to the Japanese inspired theme you saw at the beginning of this video, just so the church is something to sit on and feel like it's a section of a greater scene, really, that it was just taken right out of that, because that's how I like to build and that's what I like to try to capture. It's kind of hard to see it from the wide shot, but I'm a big fan of the stained glass window here, and then here and here. It was also kind of hard to see, but there's also a statue ingrained into the side of the wall. If you made it this far into the video, drop the word pineapple in the comments below. If you know, you know. Also, while you're down there, let me know which model that you like the most and which one I should prioritize finishing first. With all that said, that's the video. So thanks for watching and see you next Sunday.